Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for August 10th, 2012. Of course, it is a Friday, and we are ending the week on a very wet note. Possibly a severe note as well, as we are having a line of showers and thunderstorms approaching the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area this morning, and another line approaching for this evening with the potential for very heavy downpours, strong wind gusts, frequent lightning, large hail, even an isolated tornado. So let's get into this forecast. Right now for this morning, we're seeing temperatures already pushing into the upper 70s to lower 80s. We have plenty of moisture in the atmosphere with dew points already in the lower to mid 70s. That basically means that the atmosphere is just full, saturated with plenty of moisture. And that's going to lead to very heavy downpours for later this morning and on through this afternoon and evening. Now, I want to take you through a few features here. First, this is the lifting index. And this is very, very important here. The reason why the lifting index is a significant factor is that it tells us the difference in temperatures from the surface to 500 millibars. When you start to get to -3 and above, well, that means you're dealing with a rather unstable atmosphere, and that is exactly what we have in place over the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area this morning. Notice, though, behind the heavy rainfall and thunderstorms that are approaching, the atmosphere becomes very stable, and that's going to be a big question mark for later on this afternoon and evening with the second line of showers and thunderstorms. Do we see the atmosphere become more unstable, or do we remain in this type of environment where the atmosphere is very stable, and as a result, the showers and thunderstorms are very weak? Although you're still going to be dealing with heavy downpours. Now, this other map here, it shows, first of all, this is the CAPE values. Again, this is showing instability. And when you start to have CAPE over 2,000, that's pretty unstable. It's rather unstable along the coast here, as you can see this morning. But I want to bring your attention to this right here. This is the wind shear, the boundary wind shear from the surface up through 500 millibars. And the higher the number, above 40, the stronger the shear is. And the stronger the shear is, the better potential for isolated supercell thunderstorms, and yes, even an isolated tornado. Now, the bulk of this shear and the bulk of the instability and lifting mechanisms for a potential tornado are lifting up towards northeastern Pennsylvania and the Mohawk River Valley and central Hudson River Valley of New York. So I think most locations will miss out on the threat for a potential tornado, but I will say that with this atmosphere becoming very unstable and with plenty of shear in place, we're going to have to keep on guard through the afternoon and evening. So let's take a look at the radar here. Now, this is as of 9:17 a.m. and you can see we have our first line of showers and thunderstorms moving through, approaching from eastern Pennsylvania. This line is not severe yet, but it is clearly showing the potential for strong thunderstorms here. No wind gusts, no strong wind gusts yet. There's no bowing in this line. What I mean by that is that what you look for thunderstorms is kind of exceeding out ahead of the line of thunderstorms, and it's pretty linear in shape. So that tells me that there really isn't any strong, severe wind gusts. Still some gusty winds in the thunderstorms ranging anywhere from 35 to 40 miles per hour, but no severe wind gusts over 50 or 60 miles per hour. What we are seeing is plenty of heavy rainfall, frequent lightning, and yes, even some small hail. But I think the main threat with this first line of thunderstorms will be the very heavy downpours. A few isolated thunderstorms could develop out of this line. Now, behind this line, we have a break, and this is very important. The question is, after this initial line of thunderstorms later this morning, do we see a little bit of sun breakout, which allows our temperatures to warm up and allows the atmosphere to become unstable? If the atmosphere becomes unstable, this line of thunderstorms that's starting to develop will become severe. And if they become severe, well, that's when you could get into the potential for isolated tornadoes, very strong wind gusts, heavy downpours, just a rather ugly evening. If it doesn't become unstable, if we remain cloudy and relatively cool in the lower 80s, let's say, then that would translate to more of a heavy rain event with some isolated severe thunderstorms with wind gusts up to 50, maybe 60 miles per hour. But we won't get the full brunt of this severe potential if we remain overcast this afternoon. So we're going to keep an eye on exactly what happens with this potential for clearing skies. And again, at the water vapor, you can see what we have here. We have a very dynamic and impressive upper level disturbance lifting up through the Great Lakes. And you can see the tail end here is driving right towards the northern mid-Atlantic right here. This portion right here is what we're going to have to keep an eye on. As this drives east, we're going to see whether we see some clearings developing over central Pennsylvania that would translate over New Jersey, and thus leading to instability and the potential for severe thunderstorms. So we got one line that's moving through now. You can see the lifting associated with that line. Then we have the second line with the strong upper level disturbance lifting to the east-northeast. And again, that line and the severity of that line will be determined by whether or not we see breaks in the clouds and some sunshine that warms our temperatures back up into the mid to upper 80s, thus leading to an unstable atmosphere. It's going to be a fun afternoon, and that is for sure. Alright, so let's take a look at the model guidance. Today we're going to use the Penn State EWOL website for the GFS model. The GFS model has a pretty good handle on this line of thunderstorms and its potential. Now again, for this afternoon and evening, we see that upper level low really intensify and lift up through the eastern Great Lakes. Through the evening hours, that upper level low will slowly, very slowly inch towards the eastern Great Lakes. And this is important to point out here. This cold front is going to move very slowly, and that's going to lead to the potential for flash flooding throughout the northern mid-Atlantic. The showers and thunderstorms will continue on through this evening, into tonight, and into tomorrow morning. And then I expect a gradual clearing from west to east of these showers and thunderstorms tomorrow morning and early tomorrow afternoon. By tomorrow evening, enough dry air gets into the northern mid-Atlantic to provide some clearing skies. I think the rain threat will be over by tomorrow evening, and then we end up with tranquil weather conditions for the rest of the weekend. The best day out of this weekend is going to be Sunday. So for tomorrow, look for temperatures to rise up into the mid to upper 80s. We could have a little bit of fog in the morning as the drier air is slow to enter the region. But overall, look for scattered showers in the morning, temperatures in the upper 60s to mid 70s for lows, mid to upper 80s for highs in the afternoon as skies start to clear. For Sunday, look for temperatures again in the mid 80s, mid to upper 80s, mid 80s along the coast, upper 80s away from the coast. And pretty much for Monday, Tuesday, we're going to continue to remain under the influence of high pressure, which generally will produce sky cloud covers, temperatures averaging near normal in the lower to mid 80s along the coast, mid to upper 80s away from the coast, and temperatures ranging in the upper 60s to lower 70s for lows. As we head in towards Wednesday, another cold front will move through with a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. I don't expect this to be a severe threat whatsoever. The majority of the lifting with the cold front will be focused more up towards New England, and the cold front will be moving relatively quickly. Thursday, we see high pressure and control once again for Thursday and Friday. However, for next weekend, it does not look pretty with a strong upper level trough digging into the Great Lakes and a slow moving cold front moving through for Saturday and possibly into Sunday with widespread showers and thunderstorms. So we're going to keep an eye on that cold front as well. Hopefully the timing's a little bit faster and it gets out of here before the weekend starts. So that's your forecast for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. You can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.